Hey everyone, well, it's the month of December and you know what that means. It is time for the Avengers vs. X-Men Heroclix event. At this event, you will have to choose whose side you're going to be fighting for. Will it be the Mighty Avengers, or will you be fighting for the heroic X-Men? In order to play this event, you will have to purchase one of these two starter sets. Also, make sure to check with your local hobby shop or venue to see what format they're going to be conducting for month 1. In this video, we will be going over the X-Men set, and I will give you a little backstory to get you ready for this epic battle. So let's go ahead and go over a little bit of backstory on the X-Men and give you a better understanding on the role they play in the Avengers vs. X-Men event. This event taking place sometime after the House of M, in which Scarlet Witch goes insane and ends up changing reality of the whole world. In this reality, the mutant population goes from millions to less than 200, effectively making them an endangered species. So now let's jump up to the current time with the Avengers vs. X-Men. This story starts its focus on Hope Summers. Hope is regarded as the messiah to the mutant race. She's the first child to be born with mutant powers since the events of the House of M. In this time, Cyclops, leader of the X-Men, is relentless in his training of Hope, constantly pushing her to her limits so that when her time comes, she'll be ready. During one of her training sessions, Scott doesn't hold back and refuses to let Hope use her powers against his attacks. Over and over he attacks, pushing Hope to her limits until she finally strikes back, releasing a huge force and engulfs herself in flames. Hope startles herself with that power, not knowing that she could do it. But Scott knows all too well what this means. Next, we find him meeting with the other leaders of the X-Men, Emma Frost, Namor, Colossus, and Magneto. There, he reveals to them that the Phoenix Force is coming for Hope. As they discuss what to do, Scott reveals his plans and believes that this is the turning point for the mutant race. He wants to train Hope to use the power of the Phoenix Force and put mutants back on the top of the evolutionary ladder. As they continue discussing, they get interrupted by none other than the leader of the Avengers, Captain America. Scott goes out to confront him. There, Captain America explains that they know that the Phoenix Force is on its way for Hope and asks Scott to turn her over to their protective custody. But Scott is not about to let that happen. He's going to protect her at all costs. He quickly explains to Captain America that this is their chance. This is the chance to put mutants back on the map, and they are going to use this power. Captain America quickly realizes that they're not going to hand her over without a fight, and so does Scott. So Scott quickly blasts Captain America away with a visor blast. As Captain America gets to his feet, he calls for the Avengers to assemble, revealing their skyship and all the Avengers waiting to back him up. Scott quickly tells Emma Frost to get Hope out of here and protect her at all costs, while they get ready for battle, and thus starting the big event between the Avengers and the X-Men. Hopefully that gave you a little bit of an understanding of the X-Men's role in this event. Will they be victorious in protecting Hope from the Avengers? And will they be able to actually utilize the Phoenix Force to help the mutant kind? We'll have to find out as we go along through this event. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what this X-Men starter set has to offer. So we have everything unboxed, and let's go ahead and take a look at what we got. First off, we got the 2013 Core Rulebook and the 2013 Powers and Abilities card. This set also does come with 2 full-size color maps. You get your heavy and light objects with your terrain markers. This set also comes with 6 theme figures for the X-Men. They actually have some really cool looking sculpts. They're getting better and better, WizKids. Keep it up. And it also comes with their abilities cards. Next, we have something really cool that they've changed. This actually comes with custom themed dice. And these are full size. No more of those little dice you get in the previous sets. That is really cool. And then I saved the best for last. This set is the first set I have ever seen that comes with markers. These markers are themed for the X-Men. They have their images on the front and then on the back is their symbol. These are really nice quality, good weight to them. Good job, WizKids. This is really awesome. I hope you continue to do that with future sets. So now let's go ahead and take a look at these characters in depth and get a good glimpse at these two maps. Let's start off with the leader of the X-Men, Cyclops. Cyclops is played at 2-point values. His first is 150 points and 7 clicks of life, and the second is 100 points with 5 clicks. Cyclops is a damage dealer. This guy has all the moves to hit you where it hurts, so be prepared to see this guy a lot in month 1. At 150 points, Cyclops starts off with Running Shot and 11 attack with Precision Strike for 4 damage and ESD, as well as a white damage ability called Let's Put the World Back on Track. This ability allows you to use leadership and outwit. Plus, the leadership has a twist, making all adjacent characters with a shared keyword are considered to have a lower point value, potentially making your high point characters available every turn. Don't forget to use outwit with his improved targeting that ignores blocking terrain to shut down your opponent's ability. On his 100 point line, Cyclops picks up the white ability, giving him the ability to use Force Blast and Running Shot. Also, if he uses Running Shot after the action resolve, you may then use Force Blast as a free action. 2 attacks at 100 points is insane. Plus he still has leadership and outwit. Cyclops is a force to watch out for. He is very good at both point values, making this X-Men a great choice for month 1. Next up is Emma Frost, who also has 2-point values. Her first is 125 points with 7 clicks of life, and the second is 100 points with 5 clicks. The more I look over her dial and abilities, the more awesome she becomes. At 125 points, Emma shines when she is accompanied by her X-Men teammates. Her trait allows her to use Sidestep when a friendly character is within 4 range, and makes it so that her powers cannot be countered. While near her teammates, remember to take advantage of her enhancement, boosting your ranged character's damage by +1. Emma Frost can also deal out the damage, mind controlling your opponents and turning them on their own teammates, or better yet, move your opponent into range and then outwit their defensive abilities. Now all you have to do is use your team to take that guy out and get an easy KO. Now don't think that Emma Frost is done yet. On her 100 point line, she starts to get her hands dirty, transforming into her diamond form with her white ability. This ability allows Emma to use Exploit Weakness, Impervious, and Shape Change, making her a dangerous force. Not to mention she also has Charge and Outwit, allowing her to get up in your opponent's face. Pairing her up with Cyclops could be a dangerous combination. Here is Namor. Namor has 2-point values as well. The first at a big 225 points and 9 clicks of life, and the second at 150 points with 6 clicks. I really want to like this guy at his full point value, but I feel you just don't get enough for a 225 point figure. His stats are very tempting with an 11 attack plus super strength, charge for 4 damage, and an 18 impervious. But with all the heavy range damage and penetrating attacks in this game, the additional 25 points could be much better spent. Now, at 150 points, Namor can be quite good. Still keeping charge, super strength, and impervious, Namor can really take advantage of his trait. This trait is called Imperious Rex. This allows Namor to generate rage tokens when he gets hit with an attack or is given a second action token. Before you make your next attack with him, you may then remove a rage token from his card. His damage is now penetrating. That's a pretty cool mechanic. Namor is really meant to dish out the damage, picking up Precision Strike and Close Combat Expert later in his dial. Also, if you ever start taking a lot of damage and need to keep him safe, don't worry, he picks up a white damage ability that allows Namor to use Toughness, and when he occupies water terrain, he may use Regeneration, as well as opposing characters cannot draw a line of fire to him, giving you the opportunity to regenerate and get back in the fight. This is Colossus, who is played at 2-point values as well. His first is at 175 points with 9 clicks of life, and the second at 125 points with 7 clicks. Overall, I am a bit disappointed with him. Maybe it's because I got used to the Fear Itself version for 200 points, but this version just doesn't do Colossus justice. At 175 points, he is the most brutal. On his first 3 clicks, you pick up a wide ability allowing him to use charge, as well as adjacent friendly characters that can use the X-Men team ability can now use it as a free action, but only when Colossus has 2 action tokens, so it tends to be very situational. He also does get a little bit of super strength and another wide ability, giving him defend and impervious. So not too bad of a start, but on click number 4, it all goes away and he picks up sidestep with invincible and empower. He may have a somewhat decent damage value with some 3s and 4s, but this completely misses the point of Colossus Juggernaut. This guy is supposed to be toe-to-toe with the Red Hulk and almost crashes the Avengers skyship when Magneto throws him into it. He should at least have super strength throughout his whole dial. Next up, we have Magic, who has 2-point values. Her first at 125 points with 7 clicks of life, and her second at 75 points with 5 clicks. Magic starts off with a trait that makes her worth both point values, and it's called Teleportation Discs. It states, give Magic a power action and choose an adjacent character. Place Magic in any square within range, and then place that chosen character in an adjacent square next to her, and roll a d6. On the result of a 1 through a 4, the chosen character cannot be given a non-free action until your next turn. That trait has so much potential. Being able to grab your opponent's character and then port them back to your team for a possible kill is awesome. Not to mention, even if you don't take him back to your team, he has the opportunity to not be able to attack you the next turn. And let's not forget that you can also bring your own friendly characters back and keep them out of danger. Magic is not a damage dealer. In fact, her combat values are a bit lacking, dropping down to the 8. But with abilities like Prob, TK, Barrier, and Outwit, for either point value, she is definitely worth it. And for the last of our X-Men, we have Magneto. Now I bet you've all guessed it, he too can be played at 2-point values. His first at 200 points with 8 clicks of life, and the second at 150 points with 6 clicks. Magneto is an all-around strong piece with great combat values and awesome abilities. Starting off with his trait, which allows him to use ESD and TK, and if Magneto has 2 action tokens, he may then use the TK as a free action, but only to place friendly characters. I don't know about you, but that's a pretty solid start. Add that with his invincible, and now you have a 20 to 18 defense throughout most of your dial at range. But it isn't all about defending. Magneto has strong attack values with Pulse Wave, and then alternates from Running Shot to a wide ability called Magnetic Field, giving Magneto the ability to use Force Blast. And if he has no action tokens, he can then use it as a free action. I find Magneto to be a great character to be played at both point values. Keep this guy out of melee range and have him wreak havoc on your opponents. So let's go ahead and go over some of these maps. This is Utopia East, the home island to the X-Men, and this is where the whole confrontation between Captain America and Cyclops started, when they came to ask Cyclops to turn Hope over into their protective custody. On this map, you can really see there's not a lot going on. It's pretty open. The starting areas are a little bit different. You have this first starting area up here in the top left, in this little box corner. And then we have the other starting area, which is normal to Heroclix starting area, which is over here on the right. Now there is some blocking terrain on top near the structures at the top part of the map, but only a couple hindering terrain markers towards the bottom on the beach, and a lot of water where the ocean is meeting the coast. Now with this map here, it's basically going to be just a giant rumble. This is essentially just like it is in the comics. There's really nothing going on but a giant battle between the Avengers and the X-Men, and this will be between you and your opponent. You can utilize some of the blocking terrain up top to help protect some of your range dealers or support pieces, but with the Outwit and the improved targeting that this set has, as well as the Invincible Iron Man set that just recently came out, a lot of those characters aren't going to be very protected anymore. But with a good combination and good strategy on this map, You could definitely have a lot of fun. So here we have the second map that comes with the X-Men Starter Set. This is Utopia Indoor, and it's a pretty standard layout for a lot of the Heroclix maps. We have both opponents' starting areas on either end of the map in their normal areas. They are pretty much blocked off by two walls. So on the left here, you start off in this white room with your opponent or yourself, whichever side you choose. And then we also have on the right side the other starting area that has two rooms, one at the top and one at the bottom in the corners, where you can actually start off in rooms and hopefully be protected a little more to set up with the walls around there. I'm really thinking that it'd be better off to try and move towards the center of the map and gain control of that. You do have this little room in the middle here, which is the war room where they have the meeting for the X-Men, and it's completely surrounded by walls and walls that come out on either side, creating more blocking as well. The only real entrance is right through the center area, which is going to be kind of like a kill zone and not really where you want to be. I would position myself more around the outside edges, moving as a group, because you don't want to be caught off guard and have one of your characters alone while someone comes through and just cleans them up. Now, hopefully, with some of these walls and blocking terrain, you have a little bit more coverage, but with the new exceptions to improved targeting with the Invincible Iron Man set, and even with these X-Men and Avengers Starter set, being able to outwit through walls and blocking terrain, or even shoot or charge right through them, is definitely going to change the outcome of this map. Pretty soon, nowhere's going to be safe. Alright, that does it for our X-Men Starter Set unboxing and review. I hope you enjoyed the video and got some great information from it. I'm curious to see which side you will be fighting for, so leave a comment down below letting me know if you will be siding with the Mighty Avengers or will you side with the heroic X-Men. While you're at it, give us a thumbs up and become a subscriber today. We have new videos and contests coming out soon. And as always, thank you for all your support, and maybe I'll see you during month 1 of the Avengers vs. X-Men event, and thank you for watching.